Ignition sparks and I consume the night, escaping the gravity of city light. A solitary cabin made of steel and glass, watching the silhouettes of towers pass. No navigation, I erase the route, trading the chaos for the absolute. Ties are kissing the unbroken line. This isolation is a sacred shrine, leaving the heavy luggage in the dust, following a solitary sense of trust. The sub-bass dropping as the frequency clears, washing away the residual fears. Just an electronic pulse in the dark, fueling the fire of a quiet spark. Let the heavy bow drag on the weeping string. This is the redemption that the shadows bring. Fall on the floor, on a desolate road, shedding the weight of the human load. Cruising the rhythm of a synthesized dream, chasing the edge of the headlight beam. Deep house driving to the break of dawn, when the electric violin plays on. Just the driving bass and the midnight cold, the greatest story that was never told. Reflectors glowing like a runaway strip. I hold the steering with a steady grip. The synthesizer washes like a gentle rain, erasing the memory of urban pain. The cattle plucking in my open soul. I am surrendering my own control. Nobody waiting on the other end, just the horizon is my only friend. The digital clock is my only guide on this anonymous and lonely ride. The sub-bass dropping as the frequency clears, washing away the residual fears. Just an electronic pulse in the dark, fueling the fire of a quiet spark. Let the heavy ball drag on the weeping string. This is the redemption that the shadows bring. Fall on the floor, on a desolate road, shedding the weight of the human load. Cruising the rhythm of a synthesized dream, chasing the edge of the headlight beam. Deep house driving to the break of dawn, when the electric violin plays on. Just the driving bass and the midnight cold, the greatest story that was never told. Accelerating to the open void, leaving the anxiousness completely destroyed. The melody soars and the heavy bass hits, gathering all of my broken bits. A symphony carved in the rubber and stone, for those who are healing out here all alone. Let the deep rhythm swallow the night, until I am bathed in the morning light. was never told. Sacred shrine, electric string, just the drive fading today. Turning the ignition, erasing the day, watching the skyline just crumble away. Foot on the throttle, the engine awakes, leaving behind all the heavy mistakes. Tires are humming a digital song. This is the frequency where I belong. No one to follow and nowhere to be, just the velocity setting me free. Sinking right into the leather and cold, a brand new mythology waiting to unfold. The dashboard is glowing a serious blue, cutting the midnight completely in two. A solitary vessel out on the escape, watching the shadows completely reshape. Let the cobalt strings crack in the dark, light in the road. The solitary spark, foot on the floor, and a weeping refrain, washing the static right out of my brain. I don't need a map for the places I ride, just the electric bow right by my side. Deep house rhythm controlling the wheel, making this phantom existence so real. Cruising the highway, perfectly blind, leaving the noise of the city behind. Pizzicato echoing off of the glass, watching the ghosts of the empty towns pass. The synthesizer drop in a heavy machine, navigating strictly on the unseen. Reflectors are flashing like stars in the ground. I am completely absorbed by the sound, operating out of the boundaries of time. A solitary rhythm, perfect beat in rhyme. Every mile marker is killing the fear. The universe makes perfect sense out here. The dashboard is glowing a serious blue, cutting the midnight completely in two. A solitary vessel out on the escape, watching the shadows completely reshape. Let the cobalt strings crack in the dark, light in the road. The solitary spark, foot on the floor, and a weeping refrain, washing the static right out of my brain. Don't need a map for the places I ride, just the electric bow right by my side. Deep house rhythm controlling the wheel, making this phantom existence so real. Cruising the highway, perfectly blind, leaving the noise of the city behind. Accelerate deeper, let everything go, feeling the friction of Rosen and Bow. The electric violin soaring so high, beautiful tear in the fabric of sky. Let the deep kick drum shatter the bone. I have never felt so electric alone. with a grid behind. Nothing but the rhythm in my anxious mind. Foot on the pedal as the city fades, running from the complicated masquerades. Just a heavy bass line in the open street, making my midnight isolation complete. The dashboard glows with a neon hue, erasing every single memory of you. Nobody calling on the telephone line, just a solitary journey and the time is mine. The frequency shifts and the sub-bass rolls, a digital sanctuary for lonely souls. Tires are humming a hypnotic tune, racing under a synthetic moon. Let the onyx strings cut through the dark, open violin and an electric spark. Four on the floor, driving deep in the night, chasing the edge of the vanishing light. I don't need a compass or a place to go, just the heavy friction of the resin bowl. Cruising the asphalt with a steady pace, finding my religion in an empty space. Deep house therapy taking control, healing every fracture in my weary soul. Pizzicato notes bouncing off the door. I am not afraid of the silence anymore. The synthesis acts like a heavy rain, washing away the residual pain. Reflectors are pulsing like a steady heart. This is where the healing and the journey start. Operating totally outside of the law, the most beautiful isolation I ever saw. Every mile marker is a chapter closed, every single vulnerability exposed. The frequency shifts and the sub-bass rolls, a digital sanctuary for lonely souls. Tires are humming a hypnotic tune, racing under a synthetic moon. Let the onyx strings cut through the dark, a weeping violin and an electric spark. Four on the floor, driving deep in the night, chasing the edge of the vanishing light. I don't need a compass or a place to go, just the heavy friction of the resin bowl. Cruising the asphalt with a steady pace, finding my religion in an empty space. Deep house therapy taking control, healing every fracture in my weary soul. Accelerate the tempo, let the engine breathe. This is the reality I want to weave. The electric violin soaring so high, pinning every melodies across the sky. Let the deep kick drum vibrate the bone. I have never felt so powerful alone. A golden perimeter is breaking the east, calming the engine of this beautiful beast. The journey is ending, the tempo slows, but the electronic energy forever grows. The magic is fading into the day, but the deep house rhythm is here to stay. Just a few more miles until I stop, waiting for the final bass to drop. Let the onyx strings cut through the dark, a weeping violin and an electric spark. Four on the floor, driving deep in the night, chasing the edge of the vanishing light. I don't need a compass or a place to go, just the heavy friction of the resin bowl. Cruising the asphalt with a steady pace, finding my religion in an empty space. Deep house therapy taking control, healing every fracture in my weary soul. Onyx echo, lights fade into black. I traded the noise for the desolate track. No hesitations and nobody near, just the velocity keeping me clear. The engine is matching the beat in my chest, putting the ghost of the city to rest. Windows are down and the air is so cold, a digital story beautifully told. Nobody tracking the path that I take, leaving the complicated world in my wake. The frequency lowers, the sub-bass aligns, reading the language of outer state lines. A solitary capsule floating through space, finding religion in this empty place. Let the silica strings cut through the haze, navigating this electronic maze. Four on the floor, no whipping refrain, washing the residue out of my brain. I don't need a map or a compass to guide, just the electric violin by my side. Deep house therapy out on the road, shedding the weight of the heavy load, cruising the asphalt perfectly blind, leaving the baggage of yesterday behind. Pizzicato drops on the passenger glass, watching the ghosts of the sleeping world pass. The synthesizer acts as an atmospheric shield, flying across the invisible field. Reflectors are pulsing like stars on the ground. I am completely absorbed in the sound, operating outside of normal time. A solitary rhythm perfectly in rhyme. Every mile marker erases a tear. Everything makes total sense out here. The frequency lowers, the sub-bass aligns, reading the language of outer state lines. A solitary capsule floating through space, finding religion in this empty place. Let the silica strings cut through the haze, navigating this electronic maze. Four on the floor and a weeping refrain, washing the residue out of my brain. I don't need a map or a compass to guide, just the electric violin by my side. Deep house therapy out on the road, shedding the weight of the heavy load, cruising the asphalt perfectly blind, leaving the baggage of yesterday behind. Pushing the tempo, the darkness unwinds, leaving the heavy attachments behind. The electric violin soaring above, a deeply synthesized version of love. Let the deep kick drum vibrate the sea, making my midnight escape complete. Violet warning appears in the east, taming the heart of this electronic beast. The journey is ending, the tempo slows down, approaching the edge of an awakening town. The magic is fading into the gray, but the deep house rhythm is here to stay. Just a few more miles until I park, keeping the beautiful code of the dark. Let the silica streams cut through the haze, navigating this electronic maze. Four on the floor and the weeping refrain, washing the residue out of my brain. I don't need a map or a compass to guide, just the electric violin by my side. Deep house therapy out on the road, shedding the weight of a heavy load, cruising the asphalt perfectly blind, leaving the baggage of yesterday behind. Silica drift, just the drive violin and me, fade to the dawn. Leaving the coastal lights fading in the rear, shifting the gears until the static disappears. No hesitation, just the pedal to the floor. I am not chained to the city anymore. The ocean breeze is replaced by heavy bass, entering a totally anonymous space. Tires are spinning on a ribbon of black. Erase the map because I'm never looking back. Nobody sitting in the passenger seat, just the alignment of the engine and the beat. The dashboard glows like a satellite screen, operating inside a digital machine. A solitary frequency, cutting the chill, pushing the limit of a midnight thrill. Let the electric strings cut through the dark, a deep house rhythm and a solitary spark. Four on the floor, driving into the night, running away from the morning light. Draw the heavy bow on a weeping string, listen to the truth that the shadows bring. I don't need a destination in my mind, just the velocity and what I leave behind. Cruising the asphalt perfectly aligned. This is the sanctuary I was meant to find. Reflectors glowing like a trail of amber fire, feeding the fuel of an electronic desire. The synthesizer washes like a tidal wave. This is the isolation that I really crave. Pizzicato melodies bouncing on the door. I have never felt so electrified before, moving like a ghost on the interstate line. Every single mile of the highway is mine. The complicated memories begin to fade, lost in the beautiful noise I have made. The dashboard glows like a satellite screen, operating inside a digital machine. A solitary frequency, cutting the chill, pushing the limit of a midnight thrill. Let the electric strings cut through the dark, a deep house rhythm and a solitary spark. Four on the floor, driving into the night, running away from the morning light. Draw the heavy bow on a weeping string, listen to the truth that the shadows bring. I don't need a destination in my mind, circles back. The tempo starts to drop, but the electronic echo never really stops. Cruising to a whisper as the sun awakes, healing every piece of the spirit that breaks. Just a few more miles until the engine sleeps, but this is a promise that the highway keeps. Let the electric strings cut through the dark, a deep house rhythm and a solitary spark. Fall on the floor, driving into the night, running away from the morning light. Draw the heavy bow on a weeping string, listen to the truth that the shadows bring. I don't need a destination in my mind, just the velocity and what I leave behind. Cruising the asphalt, perfectly aligned. This is the sanctuary I was meant to find. Vibrato run, just the deep house drive, velocity in me. Let the morning come, 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 Headlights carve a tunnel through the haze, exiting the heavy concrete maze. I am stepping on the gas to break the tide, underneath the highly digital sky. Windows down to let the cold wind bite, swallowing the remnants of the light. Tires humming a hypnotic drone. I have never felt so good alone, leaving all the static far behind, unlocking the compartments of my mind. The frequency is dropping on the dash, memories are turning into ash. A solitary orbit in the black, there is no intention of turning back. Let the resin cut the weeping string, hear the electronic engine sing. Four on the floor, pushing through the dark, a solitary glowing digital spark. I'm riding on a wave of heavy bass, navigating through an empty space. The electric violin begins to cry, painting melodies across the sky. Deep house rhythm on a lonely street, making my escape perfectly complete. Amber lines are flashing in a blur. I am moving past the things that were. The synthesizer acts as my defense, making everything make perfect sense. Pizzicato drops like heavy rain, washing off the residue of pain. I am a phantom on the interstate, operating entirely out of fate. Nobody to tell me to slow down, miles away from any sleeping town. The frequency is dropping on the dash, memories are turning into ash. A solitary orbit in the black, there is no intention of turning back. Let the resin coat the weeping string, hear the electronic engine sing. Four on the floor, pushing through the dark, a solitary glowing digital spark. I'm riding on a wave of sing. Four on the floor, pushing through the dark. A solitary glowing digital spark.